So the real the kick to the first kick of one of many kick to the guts from this episode when he just turns to Toad and he says there's nothing to be afraid of. Oh no. And then the walls come down.
Kids when shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
It is as bleak it's that pit of your stomach feeling, and you didn't have a good feeling in the moment, but you always kind of think it's a cartoon. He's the most powerful mutant still left at this point. He's gonna find a way out of it, but when he can't fight back the assault, and he's got innocents behind him, and he just has to calm them as they're going to be fucking incinerated. That's a tough beat. So that happens, and we see that unfold, and who else is left? Who's there to stop them? Who's going to even slow them down in this moment?
The cards are always in my favor.
Mon cher. Gambit is not he's not OP. He's not the kind you would think that could fight back a Sentinel assault. But
I always wondered if he was on that caliber though, because they
close.
always did him dirty on everything. You never see the maximum potential of what Gambit can do.
I think they've taken the limiters off, the governors off of these mutants.
They didn't cast Taylor Kitsch to be fucking Gambit.
So you saw that in the first episode.
That's always
with
Big
Cyclops,
Fat L,
right? You saw it with Cyclops. They've broadened his powers.
They're fixing the wrongs.
Yeah, they're fixing it, right? Because they it seems like they muted their power. No pun intended. They've muted their powers in the first run of the series. But now
we saw the first
muty.
The cool
Muty,
potential when
muty.
he charged up Wolverine's claws. And,
you're
whoa!
I was
man.
whoa, this is awesome.
So it's what else can you do, man?
Exactly. So he goes on the assault.
Oh, we learned that day.
Yeah, he goes on the assault to the toward Master Mold. And
so what do you do when you're taking on a gigantic robot? You jog at a brisk pace towards the gigantic robot.
He was running, man, and he had his staff, and he charged his staff to propel him to try to get up to a point where so he can take a shot, and then he gets
and then he makes that dramatic leap towards the big ass fucking Sentinel, and then
he gets impaled, basically,
just in midair.
I was like, no.
Yeah,
in the most dramatic fashion you could possibly.
Right.
The way that he was just hanging there, just lifeless. I was like,
it's how we all felt. I literally had my mouth agape in that moment.
I was like, no. What? No. I was like, finally they did him justice, and he's
and then they did him dirty immediately.
Immediately.
Well, they did him dirty in the second episode, right? They cut the heck out of him. So
Gambit hasn't had a good run in X-Men '97.
I think they didn't, but no, he hasn't. But
yeah,
the midriff shirt.
No, that midriff shirt. It plays.
The nose plays.
Yeah, the midriff plays.
Understood.
Yeah. So
he's had an interesting run. I'll just say that.
Yeah, this run was good. And then but he was he was always a fan favorite, and so you put him, and they put him as an underdog, right? So they he's not he's getting shit thrown at him the entire time. Shit is rolling down towards him.
Yes.
So now he gets to be the hero.